morning on this Thursday, November the 24th. Hello there and welcome. Thank you for waking up and making us your choice here on the platform we call Good Morning Saint Lucia, Vibes at Sunrise. The rains continue this Thursday morning. We will have the latest forecast so you know how to prepare and what to expect today. Coming up on this edition of the program, we'll hear from a victim of abuse, the past, the now, and future goals. Plus, the new president of the National Youth Council is scheduled to be my very special guest for a discourse on youth affairs. I'll also pay tribute to a champion of the environment who has passed away. All that and more coming up from now until 9. Here's your invitation to remain with us. 6:01 the time. The latest news headlines. First news of the day with Shannon Lebourne comes up next.
The morning news, first news of the day, is sponsored by Quartz.
Good morning. Our top story. 3 people were transported to hospital for care Wednesday night following a vehicular crash near Courts in Marisol. This as St. Lucia observes Road Safety Awareness Month. There has been a string of near-fatal road accidents in recent days. Wednesday night's crash involved 2 vehicles traveling in opposite directions. According to witnesses, the driver of one of the vehicles lost control before impact. He was said to be traveling at high speed. One family is counting losses this morning after their residence was gutted by fire on Wednesday. The fire took place in the small community of Shabot, quarter of Enchipo in Castries. Emergency responders were called for help after the family home caught ablaze shortly before 10 p.m. The entire structure was engulfed. An investigation has been launched to determine the cause of the blaze and estimated losses. More information has come to light this morning in relation to the island's latest homicide. Number 64. 30-year-old Lee was gunned down in Grosley early Wednesday morning. Now, investigators know the deceased was having a drink at a nearby bar before walking out to his demise. Given the location of the incident, the bar owner is now concerned about the future of a business and says the crime situation on the island is getting out of hand.
In less than 24 hours, the island has recorded 2 homicides, taking the toll to 64. Dead following last night's shooting incident is Lee Alexander, who received multiple gunshot wounds about his body.
It is alleged that Alexander was in a bar with his girlfriend when he got up and walked outside. Some moments after, the sound of gunshots permeated the air, sending other patrons in a frenzy. Laying in a pool of blood on the side of the bar was Alexander, who, according to the first responders, was void of vital signs.
At approximately 1:51 a.m., the morning of November 24, 2022, Grosley Fire Station dispatch received an emergency 911 call of a possible shooting and for assistance in the community of Grosley. Upon arrival at the said address, emergency ambulance crews found an adult male approximately 40 years old lying motionless on the ground with penetrating puncture wounds about the body. Upon patient assessment, he was found unresponsive, no breathing and no pulse, and immediately resuscitation began and patient was transported directly to the OKU hospital and handed over to medical teams for further management.
The incident took place between the popular Spanish bar and the Church of the Nazarene in Grosley. The bar owner says she is now concerned that such occurrence will hamper her business operations.
Especially this person, this couple, they always like to go there because of a quiet place, you know. It's a nice place for them. They was quiet, they drink their rum, they're happy. That's affected me because now everybody's at the Spanish bar. You know, when things happen like that, people don't want to go in a place they're shooting anybody. You understand? Yeah. So that's affecting my business 100%.
According to her, the crime situation is out of hand and business owners continue to suffer losses as a result. Police continue their investigations and no suspects have been apprehended in connection to this incident, which takes the island's toll to 64 in a matter of days. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Jasmine Duncan.
Thanks, Jasmine. Now, as police report some success in the fight against possession of unlawful firearms, an example has been made of one of its own. As the Royal St. Lucia Police Forces Press Relations Officer Corporal Ann Joseph informs, a special police constable of Babonneau has been arrested and charged for the offense of possession of an illegal firearm.
Following a police operation in Lague, Babonneau on Tuesday, August 30th, 2022, Special Police Constable Javon Joseph was arrested and subsequently charged for unlawfully being in possession of a .380 pistol and 13 rounds of .380 ammunition. He was placed on suspension from duty by the Commissioner of Police in accordance with the provisions of the Police Act. On Friday, November 18th, 2022, 20-year-old Javon Joseph pled guilty to the said charges. He was fined $20,000 for possession of firearm and $10,000 cash for possession of ammunition. In default, 6 months imprisonment on each count.
Meanwhile, 3 civilians have been charged and fined for gun-related offenses in separate incidents.
Following the operation conducted by the Bicycle Patrol Unit in Castries on Thursday, November 17, 2022, where a 9mm pistol and 4 rounds of ammunition were recovered, 3 individuals have been formally charged. 29-year-old Kevin Anatole of Mondedor, 30-year-old Jose Fontenelle of Mondedor, and 28-year-old Emil Emmanuel were all charged for unlawful possession of firearm and ammunition. The 3 defendants were accompanied to the 1st District Court, where Emil Emmanuel and Kevin Anatole were remanded to the Borderley Correctional Facility until December 9, 2022 for further case management. Jose Fontenelle was granted bail in the sum of $15,000 cash or suitable surety.
Under pressure, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force has responded strongly with greater presence in and around crime hotspots and random roadblocks or traffic checks. An exercise conducted in the Dennery village has been successful as police crack down on traffic-related offences over a 6-day period. As police continue their hunt for murderers, strong caution has been issued to the public against the dissemination of fake news regarding the victims and suspected perpetrators. Jasmine Duncan has the details.
The police caution comes 1 day after the senseless killing of Keziah Wilson, who was shot dead mere feet away from her Goodlands home on Wednesday. Police have issued a call for public assistance in the form of information that could lead to an arrest, but Inspector Siobhan Matthew has warned against attempts by the public to take over the investigation by disseminating what he calls fake news. This as the photo of a man who is labeled as Wilson's killer is being widely circulated on social media.
Fake information without credibility on events surrounding an ongoing investigation by the police is detrimental not only to the investigation but also to the victim of the crime and their families by extension. Notwithstanding, it is also detrimental to the individual whose picture is being circulated. The police gladly welcomes information from members of the public. However, the police is also concerned about the information that is being circulated out there, which is not credible, about persons who are either victims or perpetrators of crime. This is also detrimental to the mental wellness of the victim's family and persons who are featured in the social media posts.
Matthew also stressed that the irresponsible circulation of fake news can do more damage to the case than people realize.
Persons have to be cognizant of the fact that they should not disseminate information that is not credible about any individual or entity without verifying whether that information is true or not. We are more damaging certain aspects of the investigations when we do these things.
Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Jasmine Duncan.
In more news now, St. Lucians can expect to see an improvement in the level of care they receive at the Millennium Heights Medical Complex in the near future. Newly installed CEO Dr. Dexter James intends to tackle areas pertaining to efficiency of care, sustainability of the facility, and the public goodwill at the institution.
Dr. James sat down with our news team to outline the plans that he intends to implement at the complex in order to raise the bar and create a better care experience for patients utilizing the Owen King AU Hospital. After expressing admiration for the level of technological advancement at the facility and the skill competency of the staff, Dr. James pledged to address challenges at the hospital in order to have the institution perform at its optimum. He says after an initial period of monitoring and observation, he has identified some key areas that need immediate attention. A priority, he says, is the length of time that patients spend in triage at the accident and emergency department.
I can say to you that the challenges that this facility face are not dissimilar to what other health systems face in the region, and I dare say internationally as well. The unnecessary admissions to our accident emergency department is very much real to us. But there are other areas where we have to work on to improve the efficiency. For instance, the efficiencies of operating theaters, improving or scheduling for outpatient clinics is but another area, strengthening our admissions, billings, and collections functions to make sure that we could set up a one-stop shop. And this just generally, those are some of the areas that we believe that we will need to address immediately going forward.
Issues of bed management are also set to be addressed since the OKEU has now replaced the Victoria Hospital as the island's primary healthcare facility. Yet it only boasts 120 beds, 60 less beds than the Victoria Hospital. Dr. James stressed that sustainability of services is also a major area for improvement. He also highlighted that the hospital will strengthen measures to improve the collection of funds owed to the hospital in an effort to ensure that the institution remains viable.
So when you look at this question of sustainability, it is embroiled in the conversation around what is the financing model do we put in place to be able to sustain services we provide. Yes, we must take steps here at the complex to not only find ways of raising revenue, right, but also eliminating waste. So over the next year, we will be spending a lot of time in strengthening our admissions, billings, and collections process to make sure that the revenues that are legally and lawfully due to us in accordance with statute, we collect those funds. We are not increasing the fees. We simply just putting systems in place to make sure we can collect what is due to us.
In expressing gratitude to the medical staff at the healthcare facility, Dr. James highlighted plans to initiate a new evidence-based performance measurement system geared at improving staff morale. It is also expected to measure improvements in patient care and gauge the performance of the facility against set standards and increase accountability.
I want to take this opportunity to really thank our nurses as well, who have not only come through the COVID experience, but more and more is asked of them, and they have by and large been responding to the challenge. And I really want to take my hats off to our nursing staff in particular for the ordinary excellent work that they provide to our patients in a context of very, very difficult circumstances.
Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Kareem Nelson.
Thanks, Kareem. The former Prime Minister and now leader of the opposition staged a walkout of Tuesday's Parliament sitting. Honorable Alan Shastney says he could not sit and listen to lies and deception being spewed in the House of Assembly on Tuesday evening, and so he excused himself. He adds that the government lacks the competency to manage the island's affairs and continues to play the blame game rather than plan the next course of action.
Once again, the leader of the opposition, Alan Shastney, has had to excuse himself from the House of Assembly on counts that members' contributions were laced with half-truths and misinformation. Shastney says the opposition continue attempts to assist the government. However, the government insists on casting blame rather than taking a proactive approach to addressing national issues. He says he was particularly appalled by the arguments put forward and the restrictions placed on his contribution as two speakers representing the balance of society.
I'm disappointed how the House was conducted yesterday. I saw that a member of the House of Government was given permission. I describe it as flying around the world. Right, so the motion was about St. Lucia, but he was flying around the world. In fact, he never discussed St. Lucia. And then when I came up to speak on the St. Jude bill, I was not only confined I was confined only to View Fort, not even just St. Lucia. And I want to remind that my objection is not from me personally. I think that people hopefully have understood that if I took any of this stuff personally, I probably would have collapsed long ago. I stand there because I represent 74% of the people in this country who either did not vote for the Labour Party or voted for the United Workers' Party.
Shastny says the role of the opposition is pivotal to weighing out both sides of contributions made, and this role should be respected.
We are the opposition, and we're significantly hampered by the fact that we only have 2 speakers. So yesterday, when on a very important bill, which was the micro loans and small businesses loans, I was shocked that nobody wanted to speak. And then after I spoke, then everybody speaks. Now that defeats the purpose of an opposition, because the purpose of the opposition is for us to rebut and to hear the different ideas. Right? And for the speaker to have taken the position that he did yesterday, I think makes a mockery of our democracy. If anything, that I think he should be giving me as much latitude as possible, considering I only have 1 hour and I'm one speaker. And I'm trying to respond sometimes to 15 speakers, and some of them very aggressive, who are throwing out all kinds of misinformation.
He debunks some of the claims made against him and his family by another member of parliament and highlights what he believes shows the fragility of the government. Shastny says it is also unfortunate that the consequences of the government's actions will be borne by the citizenry.
And even yesterday when I objected that I felt that the member, Richard Frederick, was misleading the House, I cannot help it if the speaker himself cannot make the connection. The reality is he was making many innuendos. And so if you're going to only take his statements on a factual basis, so if it goes back to, remember, the Rodney Bay roundabout, where he made the allegation that the roundabout was moved in order for me to acquire land for my father. And there are people who believe that story. And yes, my father had land where the roundabout went to, but of 27,000 square feet of land that was acquired, 400 square feet is what my father owned. And my father gave the 400 square feet for free. And that's what I'm talking about, the half-truths. And that's exactly what we saw taking place in the House yesterday. But we, as a country and citizens of this country, cannot be fooled by the Labour Party. These are all things to distract people from what is really important. And right now, a solution to the crime problem, there's no plan. In fact, there seems to be frustration on the government's part. A solution for the economy, again, there is no plan. And we're all going to pay a very heavy price for what's taking place in St. Lucia.
Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Jasmine Duncan.
Jasmine, St. Lucia is now making its entry process even more seamless with the introduction of an online embarkation and disembarkation ED form that allows for the electronic processing of travelers. Commencing on the 30th of November this year, the new electronic process will replace the handwritten form, providing real-time information to immigration, customs, port health, and will significantly reduce the processing time of arriving passengers. The George F.L. Charles Airport is earmarked as the first point of execution, followed by the Hironoy International Airport on December the 5th, and subsequently to be implemented at other ports of entry.
The introduction of the online ED form is delivered by the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States OECS Commission and funded through the 11th European Development Fund. It is also in line with initiatives by the government of St. Lucia towards a digital conversion of public sector services for the continued improvement of the island's operational competencies and simplicity of conducting business. Without a time limit on early submissions, the process enables travelers the comfort of completing and confidentially submitting their information at any time prior to arrival in St. Lucia. The new process gives travelers the opportunity to submit their ED forms up to the point of departure, aboard the aircraft and by extension at the airport in St. Lucia, using data or Wi-Fi available, and or with the assistance of customer service representatives of the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority. Assistant Superintendent in charge of the Department of Immigration, Sean Alexander, notes that the simple 4-step process requires travelers to 1. Visit stlucia.org/entry, 2. Complete and submit the ED form, 3. Receive a QR code by email, And 4. Present the QR code and travel document passport to officials on arrival. He adds that the new system will create a more seamless travel experience.
This would now be online. You fill it out online, where just like the COVID experience where you used to fill out the health card online before you arrive in St. Lucia. It's the same process. You fill out this card online, and when you get to immigration, you submit that with your travel documents, which is your passport, to the officers. This process will assist in getting persons in and out of the arrival area quickly and smoothly.
ASP Alexander also addressed confidentiality and security concerns regarding access to travelers' information. He stressed that measures are in place to enhance security and that all information submitted is stored in a safe database.
I want to assure persons that the system is completely safe. Your information would not be out there. Remember that it's digital, and I know persons have concern with digital safety. But remember, when you had the paper, it's much more easy. Somebody can take the paper and walk away with it, where your information can get out there. So it's secure in a secure database.
The introduction and technical support of the electronic embarkation and disembarkation process has been spearheaded through the joint efforts of the Departments of Immigration, Border Control and Customs of the Ministry of Home Affairs, Justice and National Security, the Ministry of Health, the Organization of the Eastern Caribbean States, the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority, the Prime Minister's Development Unit, and the St. Lucia Tourism Authority. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Kareem Nelson.
And finally from us this hour, condolences continue to pour in following the death of Nurse Keziah Wilson, who was fatally shot in a vehicle near her home. Chief Executive Officer of the Millennium Heights Medical Complex, Dr. Dexter James, explains that the staff at the medical facility were hit hard by the unfortunate loss of their colleague.
The management and staff at the Millennium Heights Medical Complex have expressed deep sadness over the gruesome death of their work colleague, Keziah Wilson. The deceased, who has been described as an amiable character by the medical fraternity, assisted with many departments at the OKEU hospital, including the maternity ward and the accident and emergency department. While offering up condolences to the bereaved, CEO Dexter James revealed the family fun day, which was set for Sunday 27th November, has been called off due to the unfortunate passing of Nurse Wilson.
The management and staff of the Millennium Heights Medical Complex extends our deep sympathy to the staff of the maternity ward, accident and emergency department, and the wider nursing team and the unfortunate passing of our nurse Keziah Wilson earlier today. This is indeed a sad time for our staff here at the complex. We were at this stage planning for our Staff and Family Sports Day scheduled for Sunday, November the 27th. But regrettably, as a mark of respect and solidarity for this tragic event, we've had to postpone the Staff and Family Day.
James also stated that the Millennium Heights Medical Complex will be making itself available to the family in the event that they are in need of support. The CEO underscored the major blow this unfortunate incident has had on the family and the medical complex.
I want to also take this opportunity to extend our condolences to Nurse Keziah Wilson's family and offer them or comfort at this difficult time, and in any way we could provide support to her family during this period of mourning. This has been an unfortunate event here at the hospital, and I join in solidarity and certainly sympathy with my staffing colleagues here and all employees here at the Millennium Heights Medical Complex.
Keziah Wilson is registered as the island's 63rd homicide for the year. In the wee hours of Wednesday morning, as a result of a shooting in Grosile, Lee Alexander became the island's 64th homicide. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Kareem Nelson.
And with that report, we've come to the end of the news. But just before we leave you, a recap now of our top story. One family counted in losses this morning after the residence was gutted by fire Wednesday night. The fire took place in the small community of Shabot, a quarter of Enchipo in Castries. Emergency responders were called for help after the family home caught ablaze shortly before 10 p.m. The entire structure was engulfed. An investigation has been launched to determine the cause of the blaze and estimated losses. Well, with that, we've come to the end of the morning news. First news of the day with Shannon Lebourne.
The morning news, first news of the day, is sponsored by Court.
Black Friday deals continue at Quartz Optical. Shop now November 20th through to 25th and enjoy BOGO. Buy one, get one free. You heard right. Buy one pair of glasses and get a second pair absolutely free. Payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. It's easy and convenient. Black Friday sale continues. BOGO free. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
Good morning, 6:28 now the time. Sports is next. In sports this hour, the Northern Cluster's Grassroots Ministry of Youth Development and Sports Grosley Community After Schools Cricket Training Program continued on Wednesday, November the 23rd at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground. This followed an indoor practice session on Tuesday. The program focuses on hard work, discipline and fun. We have some highlights. There to Coach Alton Crafton and all participants. More sports news now. A 6-member delegation currently representing St. Lucia, the Central America and the Caribbean Sea and Beach Games underway now in Colombia. Team Volleyball St. Lucia played their first match on the 23rd of November yesterday in Santa Marta, Colombia. St. Lucia has been represented by Shanoa Evans, Cleo Philip, Rio Victor and Lorenzo Japierre. Let's show some images again down from the matchup, those live images. We have an update that we can now bring to you here on the platform. An update on the results from yesterday's matchup. Two encounters at Team St. Lucia yesterday. The boys team won their match 2-0 over St. Kitts. 21-14, 21-15. Again, the boys team won the match 2-0 over St. Kitts, 21-14, 21-15. And the girls team, they lost to the Cayman Islands 21-18, 22-20. We'll have some more results and we'll keep you up to breast, that is, on the team's participation over in Colombia in a subsequent sportscast. 4 matches were played last evening as action continued in the SLFA Island Premier Cup at 2 venues. Over at the Grosley playing field at 6:15 p.m. Then they played Canaries and Marshall came up against Mabia Valley. Down at the Philip Marsler grounds in V4 Central, Castries played V4 North, while V4 South, they hosted Grosley in the last match. V4 South and the rivals Grosley shared the points with a 2-all draw. We'll have the other results tomorrow. Finally, to end the sports, the World Cup has been rocked again with another of the tournament's favorites falling to an astonishing defeat. Germany joined Argentina as a shock first up loser when they fell to Japan 2-1. But Spain made no mistake, pumping 7 goals past Costa Rica to record the biggest ever World Cup win. The final match of the morning saw Canada end their 36-year absence from the tournament. However, a missed penalty chance early against Belgium proved crucial. The highly fancied Belgians netted in the 44th minute and managed to hold on for victory against Canada, who surprisingly dominated for a large part of the match. Morocco held Croatia to a 0-0 draw in the other opening game of the World Cup on Wednesday, producing a spirited display against the 2018 runners-up led by Luka Modric. 4 matches are scheduled for today. We will give you those fixtures before we leave at 9. But that's the final whistle on the morning sports. Weather is next. .32 on this Thursday in November the 24th. The winds are blowing from between the east and east-northeast near 21 miles per hour, 33 kilometers per hour with occasional gusts. The weather hazy and breezy, becoming cloudy at times with scattered showers which may be heavy in some locations, and there's also a chance of isolated thunderstorms. Once again, hazy and breezy, becoming cloudy at times with scattered showers which may be heavy in some locations, and there's also a chance of isolated thunderstorms. Residents and motorists in areas which are prone to flooding and landslides, you are advised to exercise extreme caution. Moisture and instability associated with a trough system will continue to generate periods of cloudiness, scattered showers, and isolated thunderstorms over parts of the Les Antilles during the forecast period. The Atlantic high pressure system will continue to generate moderate to brisk easterly winds and rough seas across the eastern Caribbean region for the next few days. Once again, the Atlantic high pressure system will continue to generate moderate to brisk easterly winds and rough seas across the eastern Caribbean for the next few days. However, tropical cyclone formation is not expected over the tropical Atlantic during the next 5 days. An area of interest that we want to continue monitoring, moisture and instability associated with a trough system will continue to generate some periods of cloudiness. There's a chance of scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms over parts of the Les Antilles during the forecast period. We'll continue to monitor that area of concern in the Les Antilles and update you where necessary. But there's lots more online on the weather website www.slumet.gov.lc, and there is a weather hotline as well. Did you know that number? 454-3452. We are still in the Atlantic hurricane season. A few more days to go until the official end of the Atlantic hurricane season. But you know, even outside of the hurricane season, lots of chances for rain and inclement weather. Continue to do what is necessary and be prepared. We say good morning if you're just joining us. This here is the morning show which is built just for you. We get you up to speed and out the door with what's trending here in our beautiful country. The rains are continuing today, Thursday. We'll continue to monitor the weather. Also coming up on this edition of the program, we'll speak with a victim of abuse. We'll talk about the now, the past, and the future plans. Also, the newly minted president of the National Youth Council NYC scheduled to be my very special guest today. And coming up later, we will pay tribute to an environmental hero who has since passed away. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment.
After a long year of waiting, Flow brings you the magic of Christmas giving. Discounts on devices to bring you closer to your loved ones. Prizes to enjoy with your family and friends. And the best in entertainment bundles for everyone to gather around. This Christmas, one gift brings many more. Like more data and speeds to share everything with the family. So sign up, bundle up, switch up, top up, or pay up to win $4 $4,000 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
Black Friday deals continue at Quartz Optical. Shop now November 20th through to 25th and enjoy BOGO. Buy one, get one free. You heard right. Buy one pair of glasses and get a second pair absolutely free. Payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. It's easy and convenient. Black Friday sale continues. BOGO free. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
Get your clothes sparkling clean with whiter whites and brighter colors. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. Ultra concentrated formula gives more washes with brightening factors added to keep your clothes looking new. And with the added organic fabric softener, your clothes will be soft and fluffy. Joby antibacterial washing powder is also effective in stain removal for cleaner, brighter, softer clothes with the sweet scent of early spring morning. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. My family, my love, my Joby. Available at supermarkets island-wide. For orders, call 455-3076.
Come savor the flavor of 14 of Rodney Bay's best restaurants. The Bay Gardens Resorts presents Taste the Bay Food Festival, a culinary extravaganza you don't want to miss. November 27 from 11 a.m. at the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa. Taste the Bay Food Festival, powered by Backer St. Lucia. For more information, contact the Bay Gardens Resorts at 457-8535 or check out our Instagram page for more updates. Taste the Bay Food Festival, November 27th, 2022, Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa.
Mourning a loss? Hot 7 TV wants to help you celebrate the beautiful memory of your loved one with In Loving Memory, Celebrating Lives. Whether it's a birthday, a wedding anniversary, or some memorable occasion, or the anniversary of the passing of the dearly departed, Hot 7 TV will create a moving video tribute of that special person, showing how much he or she meant to you. Treasured memories, unforgettable moments. Share them with the world and repeat the airing as often as you'd like. Help keep your loved one's memory alive forever in the minds and hearts of all who care. In Loving Memory, Celebrating Lives. Contact us at telephone number 452-6040 or email us at inlovingmemory@caribbeanhottv.com.
After a long year of waiting, Flow brings you the magic of Christmas giving. Discounts on devices to bring you closer to your loved ones. Prizes to enjoy with your family and friends. And the best in entertainment bundles for everyone to gather around. This Christmas, one gift brings many more. Like more data and speeds to share everything with the family. So sign up, bundle up, switch up, top up, or pay up to win $4,000 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
Black Friday deals continue at Quartz Optical. Shop now November 20th through to 25th and enjoy BOGO. Buy one, get one free. You heard right. Buy one pair of glasses and get a second pair absolutely free. Payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. It's easy and convenient. Black Friday sale continues. BOGO free. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
Good morning, St. Lucia. Vibes at sunrise. an informative, enlightening, stimulating package. It can be taken as your morning cup of tea. Fortuna Anthony endorsing Vibes in the Morning.
Welcome back on this Thursday morning. Please let us know what the weather conditions are like in your community today. A bit earlier, the rains had started yet again. So let us know if you're online or if you're still at home. What are the conditions like in your community? A very special good morning and hello to our regular viewers, those of you who tune in every morning to be with us here on the platform via the Hot 7 plug and play. Thanks for making us your first and only choice. We really appreciate your viewership. And to those of you who wake up and log in via the Facebook and the YouTube platforms as well, and using the Hot 7 mobile application, thank you for choosing us. We know you have many options, but you decide to connect with us here, and we can't say how grateful we are. Good morning to each and every one of you. Thank you so very much for making us your choice. On this, the 24th day in the month of November, let me share with you some crime stats, some historical stats in case you didn't know, and then we'll present the word of the day and the financial tip. On this very day, November the 24th last year, did you know on this day we had recorded a total of 62 homicides? That was November 24th last year. On this very date, 1 year later, November 24th, 2022, the homicide toll stands at 64. So we are 2 ahead of where we were last year, this very date. Last year 62, this year on this very date 64. Let's hoping that we can end the year on a much better note. One contribution before the I want to say thank you and good morning to Irvin Springer, concerned citizen, for he's always monitoring and keeping track. A very interesting, I thought, statistic, November 24th this year as opposed to November 24th last year. Morning, Irvin. Blessed Thursday to you. While many, including myself, are still trying to process the senseless murder of Nurse Wilson, another homicide has occurred less than 24 hours later. We've learned of the passing of the 30-year-old Rastafarian Lee, who was shot after leaving a bar in Grosley. The writer continues, I heard the Prime Minister, who was also the Minister for National Security, refer to the situation as a pandemic of crime which was sweeping across the region, the Caribbean region, the Prime Minister said. The writer continues, when we had a health pandemic, the COVID pandemic that is, how did we respond? We immediately established a command center. We involved all stakeholders. We enacted new legislation. We reallocated funds and resources, etc. We also imposed a curfew. So while for this crime pandemic, the writer says, we believe that the acquisition of 2 more police vehicles will be a game changer. What will it take for the Prime Minister / National Security Minister to take the necessary steps to effectively combat the crime pandemic on this island? Concerned citizen like many. Our time now 7:15 to 7 in St. Lucia and across the Eastern Caribbean. We'll get back on the national crime crisis in just a bit, but let's now bring you the word of the day, which is sponsored by Joby Laundry Detergent, distributed in St. Lucia by Fruit Sea Food Limited. Joby antibacterial washing powder. My family, my love, my Joby. The word for today, which comes on screen right now, temerity. Temerity, a noun. What does it mean? Temerity is a formal word which means unreasonable or foolhardy, contempt, or danger or opposition. It is a synonym of both rashness and recklessness. Temerity can also refer to a rash or reckless act. Interesting choice this morning, Don. Temerity is a formal word that means unreasonable or foolhardy, contempt of a danger or opposition. It is a synonym of both rashness and recklessness. Temerity can also refer to a rash or reckless act. Let's use it now in a sentence. The line between boldness and temerity is sometimes only evident after the consequences have become clear. I like that one, Don. The line between boldness and temerity is sometimes only evident after the consequences have become clear. New word for you this morning, St. Lucia. It's a noun, temerity. Our word of the day brought to you with the kind compliments of Joby antibacterial washing powder. This has been the word for today, which is aimed at improving literacy here on the island. Sponsored today by Joby Laundry Detergent, distributed in St. Lucia by Fruit Seafood Limited. Joby antibacterial washing powder. My family, my love, my Joby.
Get your clothes sparkling clean with whiter whites and brighter colors. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. Ultra concentrated formula gives more washes with brightening factors added to keep your clothes looking new. And with the added organic fabric softener, your clothes will be soft and fluffy. Joby antibacterial washing powder is also effective in stain removal for cleaner, brighter, softer clothes with the sweet scent of early spring morning. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. My family, my love, my Joby. Available at supermarkets island-wide. For orders, call 455-3076.
Good morning to the management and staff of Fruit Seafood Limited. Good morning to all the distributors of Joby antibacterial washing powder and island-wide. Freshen up your laundry experience today with Joby. Coming up this morning, St. Lucia, if you haven't heard, we've lost a champion of the environment. St. Lucia has lost a champion of the environment who we will pay tribute to today. Stay with us for that. Also coming up, we'll speak to a victim of abuse on the now, the past, and plans for the future. All that and more this morning. From now until 9, we conclude on top of the hour of 9. I hope you continue to stay with us. Let's now share with you the financial tip of the day. This program is not just news, politics, crime. It's a good blend of entertainment, information, and quality happenings in and around our Caribbean. We want to stimulate the holistic you. So we've put together a segment where we encourage you to make greater use of the money that you have now, and we also want to encourage you to do what is necessary legally to make more money. Up next, your financial tip for today.
Use real numbers. For a budget to work and be successful, it needs to be based on actual numbers and not estimates of what you think you're spending. Knowing how much money is coming into your household and exactly how much money is going out every month is key in creating a successful budget. If you're not sure what you're actually spending every month, then tracking your expenses is the answer. Tracking expenses tells us the truth and shows us where we can make changes to our spending. People often underestimate how much money they are spending on things like groceries, entertainment, and dining out. Start to track your expenses on categories like this for a few weeks and then review your results. Once you've looked at your habits, ask yourself, are there areas I want to or need to make changes in my spending?
Especially heading into the Christmas season, use real numbers. You know how it is nowadays, the economic constraints. So you know what it is you make, you know your income. Use real numbers when you go out to set your budgets and when you go out on your Christmas shopping. Financial tip for the day. We'll have another one tomorrow, God willing, right here on the Free Up Friday edition of the program. Good morning, hi to Helena Emmanuel, who was on pretty early online, and good morning to Sheldon as well, and all of our viewers over in the diaspora. What's it like over there now? It's winter now in full swing. Well, not really yet, but the chills are coming in, huh? You let us know here on St. Lucia. There's always lots of warmth in our 238 square miles, St. Lucia. Good morning to all of you preparing to jet home for the festive season as well. Just before we move on to a commercial break and the other features this morning, renowned retina specialist Dr. Ronnie Bowler, you will be visiting St. Lucia soon to perform advanced eye and retina surgery along with Dr. Shaw. Dr. Bowler, who is trained in the United Kingdom and based in Trinidad, has advanced specialization in retina surgeries. He has been providing his services throughout the Caribbean over the last decade. Dr. Bowler will also do consultations for retina and other challenging eye conditions related to diabetes, glaucoma, and cataracts right here in St. Lucia. So please take the advantage of this opportunity and call 2020 Optical at 450-2020 or Bay Optical at 451-2000 to book an appointment today. Again, those numbers: 2020 Optical at 450-2020 or Bay Optical 451-2000. Book an appointment today. The time is now just about 6.5 minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock. We'll take a quick commercial break. Stay with us, lots more coming up. Happy holidays to you and yours.
After a long year of waiting, Flow brings you the magic of Christmas giving. Discounts on devices to bring you closer to your loved ones. Prizes to enjoy with your family and friends. And the best in entertainment bundles for everyone to gather around. This Christmas, one gift brings many more. Like more data and speeds to share everything with the family. So sign up, bundle up, switch up, top up, or pay up to win $4,000 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
Ooh la la! See what's new at Quartz. We've got great deals on living and dining room sets, appliances, electronics, and smart devices, and more. Shop today with no cash using Quartz Ready Finance, 3 to 48-month payment plans available. Shop in-store or online at shopquartz.com. Come see what's new and take advantage of these great deals. Only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Get your clothes sparkling clean with whiter whites and brighter colors. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. Ultra concentrated formula gives more washes with brightening factors added to keep your clothes looking new. And with the added organic fabric softener, your clothes will be soft and fluffy. Joby antibacterial washing powder is also effective in stain removal for cleaner, brighter, softer clothes with the sweet scent of early spring morning. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. My family, my love, my Joby. Available at supermarkets island-wide. For orders, call 455-3076.
A young man from Bagatelle is dead. Calls on the public to not stigmatize his vehicular accidents along the Bexar Highway leaves Trinidad Shastley welcomes the scrutiny of its CI. One man is in police custody following the shooting death of the wife of a police officer.
Look out for the midday news with Daniela Edwin on Hot 7 TV.
Mourning a loss? Hot 7 TV wants to help you celebrate the beautiful memory of your loved one with In Loving Memory, celebrating lives. Whether it's a birthday, a wedding anniversary, or some memorable occasion, or the anniversary of the passing of the dearly departed, Hot 7 TV will create a moving video tribute of that special person, showing how much he or she meant to you. Treasured memories, unforgettable moments. Share them with the world and repeat the airing as often as you'd like. Help keep your loved one's memory alive forever in the minds and hearts of all who care. In loving memory, celebrating lives. Contact us at telephone number 452-6040 or email us at inlovingmemory@caribbeanhottv.com.
We are saddened to announce the death of Mary Alexander of the Mother Teresa Home, who passed away on Saturday, November 5, 2022. She was 79 years old. The funeral service for the late Mary Alexander will be announced in a subsequent broadcast. Her body now lies at Crick's Funeral Home Limited, Fitbutay, Castries. May she rest in peace. The death is announced of Pamela Tisser, also known as Miss Pam, originally of Joye Bellevue, but resided at New Row, Miku. She passed away at the St. Jude Hospital on Tuesday, November 15, 2022 at 7:35 p.m. She was 72 years old. The funeral arrangements for the late Pamela Tisser, also known as Miss Pam, will be announced in a subsequent broadcast. Her body now lies at Lazarus Funeral Home, New Dock Road, Vieux Fort. May she rest in perfect peace. The death is announced of Teresa Bastère, also known as Cece or Anne Margaret, of Docamel Larissus Vieux Fort, who passed away at the St. Jude Hospital on Saturday, November 19, 2022, at the age of 86 years. The funeral arrangements for the late Teresa Bastère, also known as Cece or Anne Margaret, will be announced in a subsequent broadcast. The body now lies at Lazarus Funeral Home, New Dock Road, Vieux Fort. May she sleep in perfect peace. We regret to announce the death of Mary Justin, better known as Agnes of Bel Air Laquamingo, who passed away at her home on the 16th of November 2022 at the age of 84. The funeral service for the late Mary Justin, better known as Agnes, will be announced in a subsequent broadcast. Her body now lies at Rambali's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries. May her soul rest in eternal peace.
Mourning a loss? Hot 7 TV wants to help you celebrate the beautiful memory of your loved one with In Loving Memory, Celebrating Lives. Whether it's a birthday, a wedding anniversary, or some memorable occasion, or the anniversary of the passing of the dearly departed, Hot 7 TV will create a moving video tribute of that special person, showing how much he or she meant to you. Treasured memories, unforgettable moments. Share them with the world and repeat the airing as often as you'd like. Help keep your loved one's memory alive forever in the minds and hearts of all who care. In loving memory, celebrating lives. Contact us at telephone number 452-6040 or email us at inlovingmemory@caribbeanhottv.com.
A year has gone by, but your epitome shall never fade away, dear Daddy. Today marks the anniversary of your passing. We celebrate the love, legacy, and memories you gave us. Nothing that is loved is ever truly lost. Rest in peace, Daddy. We miss you always and will love you forever. The highest tribute we can ever give to you is not grief, but gratitude.
Mourning a loss? Hot 7 TV wants to help you celebrate the beautiful memory of your loved one with In Loving Memory, celebrating lives. Whether it's a birthday, a wedding anniversary, or some memorable occasion, or the anniversary of the passing of the dearly departed, Hot 7 TV will create a moving video tribute of that special person, showing how much he or she meant to you. Treasured memories, unforgettable moments. Share them with the world and repeat the airing as often as you'd like. Help keep your loved one's memory alive forever in the minds and hearts of all who care. In Loving Memory, celebrating lives. Contact us at telephone number 452-6040 or email us at inlovingmemory@caribbeanhottv.com.
The management and staff of Hot FM Communications would like to extend our deepest condolences to the grieving families.
$1 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
Get your clothes sparkling clean with whiter whites and brighter colors. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. Ultra concentrated formula gives more washes with brightening factors added to keep your clothes looking new. And with the added organic fabric softener, your clothes will be soft and fluffy. Joby antibacterial washing powder is also effective in stain removal for cleaner, brighter, softer clothes with the sweet scent of early spring morning. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. My family, my love, my Joby. Available at supermarkets island-wide. For orders, call 455-3076.
Ooh la la! See what's new at Courts. We've got great deals on living and dining room sets, appliances, electronics, and smart devices, and more. Shop today with no cash using Quartz Ready Finance, 3 to 48-month payment plans available. Shop in-store or online at shopquartz.com. Come see what's new and take advantage of these great deals only at Quartz, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Hey St. Lucia, Dylan Edwin here, national record holder for St. Lucia. I invite me to join Shannon Lebourne's show, Good Morning Saint Lucia, on Hot 7 TV every morning. Now I'll see you at the finishing line.
Welcome back to Good Morning Saint Lucia on this Thursday. We're getting set for my very first guest on the platform this morning. Was asked just for a few more minutes and we'll connect with us via the Flow video platform. You're always on the go with Flow. Stay with us for that. A very special guest on Trendsetters this morning. Let's pause as we wait for the guest to connect and pay tribute to a champion of the environment, a St. Lucian national who over the years would have championed environmental preservation, environmental conservation. She would have championed our work in biodiversity and also played an instrumental part in the early days of climate change awareness and climate change education. Don, as soon as you're available, you could just put the one with the collage up for me as we pay tribute to Miss Anita James, who has passed away. Sadly, Miss James served as head of the Environmental Education Unit at the Forestry Department. She also took up responsibility for spearheading work on biodiversity. This would become her passion. Dedication over numerous years until her retirement in 2015, 2016 thereabout. Anita James, if you are familiar with the name, you would have been familiar with the word biodiversity, and you would have been familiar with her constant use of the words flora and fauna as well. Anita James, she was well respected as an authority on biodiversity, not just here in St. Lucia, but across the Caribbean. She made a sterling contribution in developing programs to sensitize our nation on the importance of biodiversity. She represented St. Lucia on numerous occasions at regional and international fora related to biodiversity convention conservation as well. So we say rest in peace and farewell to my former colleague as well, a very familiar face in environmental circles here in St. Lucia. She was a strong advocate for environmental preservation and environmental conservation. Biodiversity was her passion. She also did some work in the early lead-up to, well, not the early lead-up, but early day education and sensitization on matters related to climate change. Represented St. Lucia many times in the international community as well. So we've lost a champion on environmental matters. Coincidentally, Ms. James' passing comes as the climate conference on the Conference of Parties on Climate Change, COP27, concluded in Egypt this time around with some movement in the area of loss and damage. It would have made her pretty happy to note those developments. In in the area of loss and damage and climate change at the latest COP. She has now since passed on. She was a friend of the show, and she followed us every morning here on Good Morning Saint Lucia. You would have saw her comments if you follow us on Facebook. She was always in the stream on Facebook as well. A friend of the show, regular follower of Good Morning Saint Lucia from her home in San Souci. May she rest in peace. I've gotten an indication, Dan, yes, that our guest is ready. So we can take down Miss James's photo. Condolences to her family. Condolences to her colleagues at Sustainable Development, past colleagues as well, and condolences to her colleagues across the Caribbean region as well. My next guest is already on standby. I will make the connection with him shortly. Still to come this morning, we will speak to a victim of abuse on the now, the past, and I'm looking ahead to future plans and prospects. My very first guest is already on standby. Just give Don a few minutes to make the adjustment. I will bring on the guest in just a moment as well. And still to come, the newly minted president of the National Youth Council will be my very special guest. You want to stay with us for that. Don, you're going to just run the introduction, and then I will bring on my very special guest, a young man who will come on as we continue to highlight and showcase young entrepreneurs operating here on St. Lucia in their quest for success. Stay with us. Trendsetters, very special guest is up next. I have a very, very special guest on the Flow video platform who is now prepared to come on. Let me say a very special hello and good morning to Radel Solomon. He's with Empire Prince. I'll tell you why I like the name in just a bit, but Radel, thanks for waking up and joining us on the platform.
I beg your pardon?
I said thanks for waking up and joining us, agreeing to come on.
Oh, no problem, no problem.
Let me just ask you, I suspect the family is trying to monitor the program as well, so if you could just turn down the volume on the device in the background. It's causing some feedback for us here.
Okay.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for that. Radel is with Empire Prince. Tell us about the company. How did you start, and what do you do?
Okay, well, during COVID 2020, since everybody was made redundant, I was just home, and I was speaking to myself, and I'm like, okay, I have a lot of time. What can I do to maximize my time? So I did social work in college, research methods, and I'm like, okay, how can I use these courses to facilitate what I'm doing? So I completed a questionnaire, 20 questions, and I sent it out to 15 persons, 10 males, 15 females, and I wanted feedback from the public to start my business. So that's what I did. And when doing a questionnaire, you will see that majority of persons have the same answer. Some of them give a little explanation, some of them come with different ideas, but majority of them have the sort of the same answer. So it was kind of easy to understand what the public wanted. So after that, my dad and we spoke about business, having a business together, and the whole printing aspect came about. So that's where it started from. He showed me how to do it once, and I picked it up right away. And then afterwards, he did his, and I planned to just do my own thing. So that's how Empire Prince came about. I was speaking to a friend of mine as well, and before it was Empire Prince, it was a different name. I can't quite remember the name it was. But I told him, I want to open a business. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I know I'm going to do it. And we just made it happen. So that's, and my fiance now, she just jumped on board, and she helps whatever way she can, and she advertises, she She go to different meetings for me to bring forth the product of the mugs, and that's a great support for me.
Excellent. Empire Prints. I like how it started with your dad. It has mushroomed into the business with your friend, and now your fiance is on board. Why the name Empire? That's why that's my particular interest at this time. Why Empire?
Well, it's because of ownership. I want full percentage of what I own. So we all want to have a form of stability, and having something on my own is like what I'm heading towards. So that's the whole point of the whole Empire Prince. It says I just want to have something that's fully 100% mine, and having that strong form of ownership.
Excellent. Fair enough. I asked because I have an establishment called Empire Media. So that's why I like where you were going.
Nice.
What are some of the services that you offer? I know you're into printing, but what is it that you really offer?
Yes, so we print like the magical changing mugs. It's a mug that changes when any hot beverage is applied to it. So it can be used for promotional purposes. It can be used as gifts. It can be used to to congratulate employees on a job well done at award ceremonies, and it even comes gift wrap as well with complimentary treats. And we even have a Christmas sale going on right now for the double-sided printed mugs. It was once $65, now it's $55, and the 15-ounce mug, it was $85, now it's $75, and again it changes when you add any form of hot beverage to it, and it also comes gift wrap as well, as you can see in the video.
Interesting.
So I was thinking to myself, when customers order a gift like that, like they don't want I just put myself in their shoes. They don't want to go around looking for something to wrap something when they already placed the order for it. So I just plan to do everything one time for them and just make it presentable. So in that now, they don't have to go around looking for anything. Everything is done for them.
Excellent. And what has the feedback been like from customers? What are people saying about the product?
The feedback has been wonderful. One person, a customer, her daughter was is engaged now, and she was celebrating her birthday on the same day. So she wanted that mug to present to her. So it was a happy birthday and also an engagement. So I had to create a design for them and to be placed on the mug, joining those two events. And another one, it has been this one is funny. The mug actually mended a relationship because
the mug mended a relationship.
Yes.
I have to stop you, young man. I can't just allow you to proceed like that. Tell us, how did the mug mend the relationship?
I beg your pardon?
Tell us, how did the mug mend the relationship? I might have some interest there.
Well, the feedback I got was he and his wife was in a heated argument, and she was ready to leave. But before that, he already ordered a mug from me. So he put her picture on the front of the mug, and he put her favorite quote to the back of the mug. So all the time she didn't make tea or anything with it, she just had it there. So when she finally cooled off now, she decided to make tea in the magic mug. So when she made the tea now, she saw the mug change, and she saw her favorite photo, and she saw her quote at the back. And she was like, and he told me, she said like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with all that aggression now? So he said like, you want to leave me and you go and make tea? Yes, you don't see like you will forgive me. So all that just mended the entire thing. They got back together, and they've been fine ever since.
That's an interesting story. The power of a mug.
The mug life.
Good one, good one. We're just having some issues with your video. So if you could just stabilize the video, the images fading in and out, so we're losing the color sometimes. It seems pretty good. It seems pretty okay now, Dan. Just give him a moment. Yadel is with Empire Prince, my very special guest on Trendsetters. It seems perfect now. I'm happy to know that business has been going good. How can people connect with you? Where are you located? And tell us about your social media handles as well.
Okay, well, they can get me through Facebook and Instagram. My number is on there as well, 723-1466. My Instagram page is Empire Prince, and 2 Z's at the end, and the same way on Facebook. So my number is on there as well. They can click on the number and they can place the order. And also I have an order link on Facebook and on Instagram. So when the customers place the order, it comes directly to me. So I know who I have to create orders from, and what date to actually deliver the mugs. Even now, I have a few mugs that I have to deliver today. Excellent. So that's why I brought all of them.
Excellent.
Well, just a few. I have all of them to deliver today. So that's why I just showcase them.
Rather, business seems like it's going pretty good. You have a few orders for today. I'm happy for you, young man. What's your vision for the business? Where do you see Empire Prince going?
Well, I want to, I have a project coming next year as well. It's already in the pipeline. I don't want to disclose too much, but it's already there. The next couple of years, I want to open another store, but it's already in the pipeline as well. I already have the vision, and I want to also distribute my mugs to different countries as well. I've already started. Some went to the UK, some went to Dominica.
What you saying? You're already exporting?
Yeah, I'm already exporting. Yes.
Nice, young man.
Yes, I'm already exporting. So so I want to do it on a much larger scale.
Excellent. For young and small business entrepreneurs like yourself, what sort of support do you think is necessary from government institutions to make you go further and accomplish your dreams and your mandate easier?
Well, I really believe that they should support the youth a bit more, even those that are trying to do something for themselves. Whenever you see a young entrepreneur trying, at least find out what they do. If you see that it's beneficial, not only beneficial to them, but also you see the individual trying, I think it's always good to actually give a helping hand, because you know that you will get returns later on, because then afterwards, when you help that individual, they have the ability to actually go even further, and they can also contribute to the community that actually gave them the support.
Absolutely. As we wind down, what do you say to a young man or young people who want to start business just like you, who didn't know how to start? What would be your message of motivation to them?
Well, the motivation I'll give is just go for it. You already have the vision. The thing is, God actually gave you the vision. Don't listen to nobody. You have your vision, just go for it. Yeah. There will be times where people will tell you that you'll not be nothing in life, or your dream is a joke, but don't listen to them. That's just outside noise.
Yeah.
Just remain consistent, pray. Definitely pray, because that actually helped me in my times, even when I had my doubts in my head and thinking it wouldn't work out. The Lord put things in place that it must work out. Yeah. Because even a time where I started and I paused just for 2 months, 2 to 3 months, because I wanted to just put things in place, an accounting system, because every time when I have huge amount of orders. I have to remember who I have mugs for, who did partial payments. I have to message my fiance now and ask her, okay, do you remember this person? How much they have for me? So that was a bit tiring. So I had to pause for like 2 or 3 months. So I had to just properly organize things, and afterwards I resumed. Even in those times, I had doubts in my mind. I'm like, wow, Lord, will I get any customers again? And the Lord put things in place, and just the fact that you remain consistent, you walk in any room like it's God that sent you there. And I actually move like with that motivation as well. I remember last year I wanted to speak with the deputy speaker. Every time I went, he wasn't there. Either he stepped out or in a meeting and stuff like that. But most people get kind of discouraged. But I just press on because I know one day I must meet him. It's a must. I must meet him. So the day I finally met him, I went up to him. I told him, can I have a meeting with you? I was in a short pants. I wasn't so formal how I am now. Yeah. I was in a short sleeve dress shirt and a short pants. And I told him, can I have a few minutes of your time? He told me I have 2 minutes, and that 2 minutes turned to 10 minutes. And within that time, he bought 20 mugs from me. That was last year, December.
Nice.
He bought 20 mugs from me, and that was an achievement for me. Because even though you think like you will not make it, the Lord will put things in place just because of.
And is your determination as well? Is your determination and your consistency? You have to be prepared when the door opens, that you know what to say, and you have to be prepared for the opportunity. So it's the blessings of the Almighty, and all of these things come into one. I'm very happy for you, Adele. I'm very happy for the progress that you've made. I want to wish you and your fiancé the very best. Let me ask you before I let you go, would you be able to put the Good Morning Saint Lucia logo on a mug? Can you do that?
Yes, I can. I have done. I can put the Peters on the mug. I can put the map of Saint Lucia on the mug. I have done so for customers that went abroad already. Yes, excellent. I can.
Excellent.
Any design a customer wants on a mug, I can create that.
So we go into a new season in January. Even ahead of that, I'll be calling you to place an order so we get our Good Morning Saint Lucia logo on one of your mugs.
Yes, no problem.
I want to thank you for coming on, Radel, and all the best to you and your business. Again, tell people where they can find you and place orders.
My number is 723-1466. You can find me on Instagram, Empire Prints, and also on Facebook. There is a link below. You can just click the link, and it will bring you to the order page. You just place your order, and it comes directly to me, and I will contact you as quickly as possible.
Yeah, my Empire man, thanks for coming on, and you stay safe. All the best.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
And you're most welcome, Radel Solomon, my very special guest this hour on Trendsetters. It's a platform that we've created for businesses, young entrepreneurs here on St. Lucia in their quest for success. We want to showcase and highlight them. Give Radel a call, place an order today. We will be doing the very same here at Good Morning St. Lucia as we continue to support our local entrepreneurs. This has been today's edition of Trendsetters. Thanks, bro. Well done.
After a long year of waiting, Flow brings you the magic of Christmas giving. Discounts on devices to bring you closer to your loved ones. Prizes to enjoy with your family and friends. And the best in entertainment bundles for everyone to gather around. This Christmas, one gift brings many more. Like more data and speeds to share everything with the family. So sign up, bundle up, switch up, top up, or pay up to win $4,000 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
Black Friday deals continue at Quartz Optical. Shop now November 20th through to 25th and enjoy BOGO. Buy one, get one free. You heard right. Buy one pair of glasses and get a second pair absolutely free. Payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. It's easy and convenient. Black Friday sale continues. BOGO free. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
Get your clothes sparkling clean with whiter whites and brighter colors. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. Ultra concentrated formula gives more washes with brightening factors added to keep your clothes looking new. And with the added organic fabric softener, your clothes will be soft and fluffy. Joby antibacterial washing powder is also effective in stain removal for cleaner, brighter, softer clothes with the sweet scent of early spring morning. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. My family, my love, my Joby. Available at supermarkets island-wide. For orders, call 455-3076.
Mourning a loss? Hot 7 TV wants to help you celebrate the beautiful memory of your loved one with In Loving Memory, celebrating lives. Whether it's a birthday, a wedding anniversary, or some memorable occasion, or the anniversary of the passing of the dearly departed, Hot 7 TV will create a moving video tribute of that special person, showing how much he or she meant to you. Treasured memories, unforgettable moments. Share them with the world and repeat the airing as often as you'd like. Help keep your loved one's memory alive forever in the minds and hearts of all who care. In Loving Memory, celebrating lives. Contact us at telephone number 452-6040 or email us at inlovingmemory@caribbeanhottv.com.
A young man from Bagatelle is dead. Calls on the public to not stigmatize his vehicular accidents along the Bexar Highway leaves tremendous. Shannon welcomes the scrutiny of its CI. One man is in police custody following the shooting death of the wife of a police officer.
Look out for the midday news with Daniela Edwin on Hot 7 TV.
Happy Thursday, welcome back. There's lots to be happy for, especially if we are amongst the living today. We have to give thanks for life. Good morning to Bob. Bob, it's always nice having you on the platform, Bob. The St. Lucia Nasdaq, Bob, man, I think you hold me in not to high esteem, but you hold me in very high esteem, Bob. Bob says if I'm gonna give the latest on the St. Lucia Nasdaq. Oh my, always nice having you, Bob. Sheldon, good morning. Happy Thursday. Turkey Day? Well, I'm not a turkey man. I'm happy Thursday to you, Sheldon, and to all of our viewers online. I have a next interview lined up, a very, very special interview with a victim of abuse. We all know the current day St. Lucia, and you followed our coverage over the past few weeks. We've highlighted the role of counselors, how do they assist victims of abuse and victims of trauma cases cope and return to some sort of normalcy. This morning, good morning, Mr. Etienne, we have a victim of abuse. I will not identify her. It's a very special discourse. I won't be identifying her name or image. She will speak to us about the now. She will also speak to us about the past and some of her dreams and aspirations as she progresses with her life. Don, we can patch her through now. As I say, a very special good morning. Good morning. Thanks for coming on. Hello. She's with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for coming on. A very special interview this hour. Nice to have you on. Let's start off and just break the ice a bit. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Nice to know that you're in good spirits. Tell us about some of your dreams. We know you are still within your teens. What are some of your dreams and aspirations that you look forward to achieving in your lifetime?
Well, my ultimate goal is to have a stable job as a nurse and to be able to take care of myself and my family.
A stable job as a nurse?
Yes.
Why a nurse?
Well, it has just been something I always wanted to do. Like, I like taking care of people and things of that nature.
Okay, a nurse. We look forward to seeing you achieving that. Do you see a clear path for you to achieve those goals?
Yes, I have set specific objectives to help me achieve my goal.
Tell us about tell me about some of those objectives that you have established.
Well, to go to nursing school, of course, and take it seriously.
Nice. She wants to go to nursing school and become a qualified nurse. And you say what you really want to do is to be able to take care of yourself and your family.
Right.
Yeah. Tell me about your family. Tell me about your family. You have brothers and sisters, I assume.
Yes, I do.
You do. Still a very close relationship with you guys. Whenever you get a chance, you always connect still.
Yes. Well, I'm not close to all of them. Most of them.
Yeah. And tell me about mom. What's the relationship like?
Well, it's a great relationship.
Nice.
Close.
Nice. Always nice when you have a close relationship with mom. Now tell me, how do you see yourself as a teenager growing up in St. Lucia? Are there many opportunities for teenagers? Are there lacking opportunities? What are teenagers looking for that perhaps is not available here?
I see it as a bit of a challenge.
You see it as a bit of a challenge. Why a challenge? What's challenging about it, growing up as a teenager here?
Well, especially like the social justice. I mean, we as teenagers go through a lot, and sometimes we don't really get the support that we need, which can cause some of us to go astray and,
social justice you think is lacking?
Yes.
Okay. And do you think that's the biggest challenge impacting teenagers now?
I beg your pardon?
You think that's the biggest challenge?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What sort of improvements would you like to see, or would you think would benefit teenagers in the social justice environment here?
Sorry?
What sort of improvements do you think would benefit teenagers when we're talking about social justice?
Well, to give us a listening ear and do something about most of what we complain about, and not just brush it aside or have it dragging.
Yeah, so oftentimes you think that people don't listen to teenagers.
Yes.
Okay, but they think it's you perhaps not telling the truth, or what's normally the response?
I mean, sometimes when teenagers behave a certain way, people tend to say like, oh, they know what they are doing, they want their own way and stuff like that. When, I mean, some parents, they do know the children have gone through stuff, but they don't really take the time to listen. They don't know like the amount of pain it causes us as teenagers.
Why do you think some parents perhaps pay a blind eye? Do they just don't believe the children, or are they embarrassed as the parent? Why do you think?
Well, I believe it can go both ways. Or some of the parents are just not trained.
Yeah, and we know the effects that some of the issues that you complain about can have on the victim. Tell me about counseling. Do you get a sense that there's sufficient counselors here? And then what was your counseling experience like?
Well, I've had more than one counselor. I had to change because the first one I had wasn't doing a great job.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't think we have enough as well.
Okay. All right, but you think it's beneficial for you to have a trained counselor, somebody that you can speak to, and somebody who would genuinely listen to what you have to say. You still here with me? Yeah, she's still here with me. Quickly, let me give you an opportunity using this program to speak to our educators, speak to our religious leaders, perhaps the Prime Minister and the Governor General and other political leaders. What is your message representing youth, some of whom who have been violated? What is your message to our St. Lucia now?
Everyone needs to work together to protect the children of St. Lucia.
Yeah. Everyone needs to work together to protect the children. I think that's a proper message. Well said. I want to thank you for coming on. Was never our intention to keep you on for too long. I hope that you are doing good. We know that you are doing good, but I hope that you will continue to do good. And we look forward to seeing you in a nursing uniform in the not too distant future.
All right.
We can take her off now, Don. Thank you so very much. My very special guest. I just thought we give you some insight into the life of a teenager who's doing pretty well, mind you, following her encounter with abuse. She is recovering pretty well. She's making a strong and solid recovery. It's sort of important to bring on this morning, so you hear from her and release some of her dreams. She wants to become a nurse. She's calling for greater support, and she's calling for everybody to come together and protect the children of St. Lucia. It's a generation we cannot continue to fail. I want to thank her for coming on, and like we said, we continue to wish her the very best. She's doing well. We're happy to report. If needs be, we could always keep you updated, St. Lucia, on her progress, but she's doing exceptionally well. Hi to Mom as well, who is always checking up on her. 8 o'clock we will have the newly minted president of the St. Lucia National Youth Council, Yanika Jabat Williams, will be my very special guest. We'll talk youth affairs. We'll talk about the many youth who continue to fall victim to incidents of violence, sexual violence, neglect, and other forms of abuse as well. We'll talk to the new NYC president about her vision for the National Youth Council. We'll talk to her about a lot of youth affairs. Continue to stay with us right here on the platform. Happy holidays. It's Thursday, November the 24th.
After a long year of waiting, Flow brings you the magic of Christmas giving. Discounts on devices to bring you closer to your loved ones. Prizes to enjoy with your family and friends. And the best in entertainment bundles for everyone to gather around. This Christmas, one gift brings many more. Like more data and speeds to share everything with the family. So sign up, bundle up, switch up, top up, or pay up to win $4,000 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
Black Friday deals continue at Quartz Optical. Shop now November 20th through to 25th and enjoy BOGO. Buy one, get one free. You heard right. Buy one pair of glasses and get a second pair absolutely free. Payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. It's easy and convenient. Black Friday sale continues. BOGO free. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
Get your clothes sparkling clean with whiter whites and brighter colors. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. Ultra concentrated formula gives more washes with brightening. Is also effective in stain removal for cleaner, brighter, softer clothes with the sweet scent of early spring morning. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. My family, my love, my Joby. Available at supermarkets island-wide. For orders, call 455-3076.
Welcome back to the platform. Thanks for staying with us on this Tuesday morning. I'm told the weather conditions are improving in and around the island of St. Lucia. We'll have the latest weather forecast right here on Hot 7 TV. Continue to stay with us throughout the day's programming as well. Lots of eyes are focused on Qatar as the World Cup action continues down there. We are monitoring as well. Share your predictions online for thousands around the world. You know, the World Cup actually only began today. We make no bones about it. The World Cup actually began today when Brazil takes the field. Don't be confused with all what's preceded the Brazil match this morning. The actual official start of the World Cup today when Brazil took the field earlier on this morning. Lots of surprises. Lots and lots of surprises. Good morning to Mr. Shannon Lebourne and all the German fans out there, man. Lots and lots of surprises. Germany going down to Japan, mind you. Germany falling to Japan. The other big upset so far, the Argentines, Lionel Messi and the Argentines, big favorites as well, failing to prove in the first showing. Lots of football still to come. We will talk about that. We're getting ready for the National Youth Council. There's a new executive at the NYC. They will serve for a period of 2 years. And there's a new president who is tasked, along with her executive, to reinvigorate, to stimulate public confidence again in the National Youth Council. You would have known about the scandal which rocked the organization, and they have been on a road to recovery ever since. Last Sunday they appointed a new executive. The NYC's president will tell us all about her new team, their plans, and moving forward with this very important organization, the National Youth Council. Let me just take a pin here and update you. We are taking a break for the festive season. We have our Christmas break, which is scheduled. As with all programs of this nature, we come off the air for the festive season. So we're going to pause in and around the second or third week of December. I'll give you the closest dates. I'll give you the dates as we get closer to that time. We're going to take a pause, and then we come back. We work closely with our sponsors and advertisers. We come back in the new year, very, very early in the new year, with a new set and with some new vibes as well on the platform. And Nigel, I'm giving you a shout out this morning. Nigel Tushare. Before we conclude this season of Good Morning Saint Lucia, you need to come on so that we can update people on the plans for the new season. There's a legal feature which will form part of Good Morning Saint Lucia. Weekly, Nigel has to come on before we end, and you promised as well, Nigel. We did advertise post the November 6th drought, and we're still in the Atlantic hurricane season, so there's still shelf life there. I've not seen her on the Facebook live for a few days now. I know she has a very busy schedule with the courts as well. So we need to as well, Nigel, do that interview on how do you cash in following a weather system and following a storm. We did advertise it, and I know a good few St. Lucians, especially in the north, they're interested in finding out how do you cash in if you had home insurance. If you didn't have home insurance, how do you really cash in post a weather system? I look forward to your engagement at soonest convenience on those two matters. But we break, as I was saying, in December. We'll come back very, very early in January. We'll have a new set, hopefully stabilize the technical issues as well, continue to work with our advertisers and sponsors and tweaking the programming, and we will get off season 2 of Good Morning Saint Lucia very early in January. So stay with us for that. It's your morning show. We continue to ask you to share ideas, suggestions, and feedback with us how we can continue to grow together right here on the platform. Somebody has a prediction. France. I'm just going to leave that there, Sheldon. I'm not even going to comment. I'm just going to leave that there. Okay? Thank you very much. Hi to Alphonse in Sulphur City, Soufriere as well, and bonjour to our viewers and listeners over in Martinique. Good morning to Ja, and also good morning to Alfia over in Martinique as well. Bien bonjour. A number of St. Lucians coming home for the festive season. Don, let's take a quick commercial break as we say hello and happy holidays to you and yours. Thanks for joining us.
At Quartz Optical. Shop now November 20th through to 25th and enjoy BOGO. Buy one, get one free. You heard right. Buy one pair of glasses and get a second pair absolutely free. Payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. It's easy and convenient. Black Friday sale continues. BOGO free. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
After a long year of waiting, Flow brings you the magic of Christmas giving. Discounts on devices to bring you closer to your loved ones. Prizes to enjoy with your family and friends. And the best in entertainment bundles for everyone to gather around. This Christmas, one gift brings many more. Like more data and speeds to share everything with the family. So sign up, bundle up, switch up, top up, or pay up to win $4,000 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
Get your clothes sparkling clean with whiter whites and brighter colors. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. Ultra concentrated formula gives more washes with brightening factors added to keep your clothes looking new. And with the added organic fabric softener, your clothes will be soft and fluffy. Joby antibacterial washing powder is also effective in stain removal for cleaner, brighter, softer clothes with the sweet scent of early spring morning. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. My family, my love, my Joby. Available at supermarkets island-wide. For orders, call 455-3076.
A young man from Bagatelle is dead. Calls on the public to not stigmatize his fatal accidents along the Bexar Highway leaves Trinidad. Shannon welcomes the scrutiny of its CI. One man is in police custody following the shooting death of the wife of a police officer.
Look out for the midday news with Daniela Edwin on Hot 7 TV.
Mourning a loss? Hot 7 TV wants to help you celebrate the beautiful memory of your loved one with In Loving Memory, celebrating lives. Whether it's a birthday, a wedding anniversary, or some memorable occasion, or the anniversary of the passing of the dearly departed, Hot 7 TV will create a moving video tribute of that special person, showing how much he or she meant to you. Treasured memories, unforgettable moments. Share them with the world and repeat the airing as often as you'd like. Help keep your loved one's memory alive forever in the minds and hearts of all who care. In loving memory, celebrating lives. Contact us at telephone number 452-6040 or email us at inlovingmemory@caribbeanhottv.com.
Wagwan Massive, this is your boy Moto there, and it's all about Good Morning Saint Lucia vibes at sunrise with Shannon Lebourne. Yeah man, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. The thing is always lit on Hot 7 TV, you don't know. Moto endorsing the vibe, you don't know. What she like, eh? She like the chicken on the rice. Chicken and rice.
Down. Welcome back. It looks like we're staring down another upset in the Qatar World Cup. Switzerland and Cameroon now on the field. Switzerland surprisingly lead that encounter 1-0 to 0. We'll have the update shortly on the Brazil match in just a moment as well. Don, put the graphic up for me. 4 matches today, 4 matches daily until the end of this first round, and then we move on to the round of 16. If you can, Dan, as soon as you are available to, you share the updates with me. It's on screen now. Thank you very much. You might just want to zoom in. We're on day 4 now. Can you zoom in? Yeah, thanks. So Switzerland and Cameroon, they now enter. Thanks. November the 24th we're looking at November 24th, so you have to come down slightly. Just come down slightly. Yeah, so we had I am hopeful, Don, that you gave me the right information based on what you've seen on the screen. Yeah? What's it saying? In favor of whom? Yeah. Interesting sort of turn of events. We're looking at possibly another upset this morning. Yeah, so it's good few matches still to come. We'll keep you posted on that. You can take it down, Don. And as soon as you have the result for me on the earlier encounter, you'll share it. My very special guest from the National Youth Council should be just about ready, 30 seconds away from the 8 o'clock hour. And she will come on shortly. Continue to stay with me and continue to share your predictions as well. Good morning, Cleopatra. Happy Thursday, Cleopatra Antoine. You joined us a bit late this morning, darling. Thanks for coming on, and a happy Thursday to you. Good morning. Let's say hi to the attendants and the cashiers as well at the Sol service stations around the island. Good morning, happy Thursday. We trust that you will have a very productive and a successful one during your shifts today. I'm told yes, Don, she is ready. The new president of the National Youth Council is ready. Tomorrow is Free Up Friday, mind you. So we're going to tone things down a bit tomorrow. There is a big commemoration for men happening on the weekend as well. And today, Thursday, down at the car park of the Graham Administrative Building on the waterfront, there is a big activity for men. International Men's Day was observed last weekend on Saturday, to be exact. And the Department of the Public Service, they are hosting a very special activity for men today. So if you're in and around Cash Streets and you have some time, go on out and support our men, go on out and support that activity on the waterfront. Car park of the Graham Louise Administrative Building. Should be getting off just about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock thereabout this morning. My guest is already done from the National Youth Council. So we hold perhaps it hasn't. Perhaps it has not yet started. Thanks for that, Don. So we're going to take a short break and then we'll connect with her. The president of the National Youth Council, she is already standing by, and she'll be my very special guest next as we look ahead to the plans that they have in store, the new executive of the National Youth Council. It's a Thursday. Happy holidays to you and yours.
Black Friday deals continue at Quartz Optical. Shop now November 20th through to 25th and enjoy BOGO. Buy one, get one free. You heard right. Buy one pair of glasses and get a second pair absolutely free. Payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. It's easy and convenient. Black Friday sale continues. BOGO free. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
After a long year of waiting, Flow brings you the magic of Christmas giving. Discounts on devices to bring you closer to your loved ones. Prizes to enjoy with your family and friends. And the best in entertainment bundles for everyone to gather around. This Christmas, one gift brings many more. Like more data and speeds to share everything with the family. So sign up, bundle up, switch up, top up, or pay up to win $4,000 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
Get your clothes sparkling clean with whiter whites and brighter colors. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. Ultra concentrated formula gives more washes with brightening factors added to keep your clothes looking new. And with the added organic fabric softener, your clothes will be soft and fluffy. Joby antibacterial washing powder is also effective in stain removal for cleaner, brighter, softer clothes with the sweet scent of early spring morning. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. My family, my love, my Joby. Available at supermarkets island-wide. For orders, call 455-3076.
A young man from Bagatelle is dead. Calls on the public to not stigmatize his fatal accidents along the Bexar Highway. Trinidad Shannon welcomes the scrutiny of its CI. One man is in police custody following the shooting death of the wife of a police officer.
Look out for the midday news with Daniela Edwin on Hot 7 TV.
Mourning a loss? Hot 7 TV wants to help you celebrate the beautiful memory of your loved one with In Loving Memory, celebrating lives. Whether it's a birthday, a wedding anniversary, or some memorable occasion, or the anniversary of the passing of the dearly departed, Hot 7 TV will create a moving video tribute of that special person, showing how much he or she meant to you. Treasured memories, unforgettable moments. Share them with the world and repeat the airing as often as you'd like. Help keep your loved one's memory alive forever in the minds and hearts of all who care. In Loving Memory, celebrating lives. Contact us at telephone number 452-6040 or email us at in loving memory at CaribbeanHotTV.com.
We ready for the road. Yo, St. Lucia, it's your boy Pablo saying a wonderful good morning to you wherever you are. And don't forget, every weekday on Hot 7 from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. something called Vibes at Sunrise with your boy Shannon Lebourne. Tune in to keep informed on the latest news and everything going around in the country. You don't know the vibes. Pablo in the building.
Welcome back. If you're headed north towards Grizzly, please be advised that you can prepare for some traffic. If you're headed to the north of the island at this particular time or any time from now, we have a vehicular accident on the Monjuro Hill, that intersection with the Moshi Gap, and already there's a backup of traffic there. So if you are heading north, makes sense to utilize the back roads or prepare for some traffic as well. 7 now past 8 o'clock. My very special guest is already on the flow video line. I will keep her holding no longer. Say good morning to the newly minted president of the National Youth Council, Mrs. Yanika Jabat Williams. I got the name right on this occasion. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Shannon, and it's a pleasure of you having me here this morning.
The pleasure is all ours. Let me start off by extending congratulations to yourself, Madam President, and to your executive.
Thank you so very much.
You're most welcome, St. Lucia, of course, especially the youth. We look forward to your service on behalf of our nation. Let's start off and break the ice. Tell us, who is Yanika Jabat Williams?
Okay, Yanika Jabat Williams. I am a teacher by profession. I am a youth advocate. I'm also the president of the Denver Youth and Sports Council and newly elected president of NYC, and also a proud mother.
Nice. I don't know which one goes first, the proud mother or the NYC president, but either one is fine with us. Last weekend, the NYC held its elections. You were elected president. Tell us about the other members of your executive.
Okay, my executive is made up of a wide range of professionals, individuals who are passionate about the youth movement and want to see a positive change for the youth of St. Lucia. My executive comprises of Mr. Dylan Emmanuel, who is the first vice president, Ms. Zina George, who is the second vice president, Ms. Nicole Harrell, who is the general secretary, Mr. Marcus Girao, who is the assistant secretary, Mr. Louis, who is the treasurer, and Janine Bonzag, who is our PRO.
Yeah, I saw the smile when you mentioned Geneva, and we continue to congratulate the entire team, herself as well. You know, when your PRO is working, Madam President, when you log on for an interview and the first person you see on the link is your PRO, your PRO is obviously working already. Nisha, good morning and happy Thursday to you. Talk about the election process and the campaign as well. How was it, and how does participation in such prepare youth for leadership?
Okay, so the leading up to the General Assembly showed how passionate, I must say, the youth of St. Lucia they are. We got the opportunity, and when I say we, I speak of the nominees, we got the opportunity to network with new individuals who who offered us awesome and great insight into their realities, and I'm speaking of the youth. Thinking of the process, it showed that young people in St. Lucia, they are concerned about the future of our country, just as our other persons are. We're basically thinking about what the future of St. Lucia will be.
Excellent. What is the mandate of the NYC, and is this role still important now?
The mandate is still relevant. However, there are a few tweaks which needs to be made to ensure it remains updated with the current situation facing our youth in St. Lucia. I know you may ask the question how it needs to be tweaked. What I can say is that I can't divulge all our plans here. We're organizing a press conference where all these matters will be addressed.
You're briefed by your PRO. You're briefed by your PRO disclosure, but you're well briefed by your PRO. That's fine with me. We're all on the same side here. Tell us about some of the plans that you have for the 2-year term.
When you speak of the plans that we have, my team and I, we believe that many times when we make plans for our society, it tends to be from the top to the bottom. However, we would like to change this and take it the other way around and do the bottom-up approach. The persons that we serve, they're the young persons, and therefore would like to meet with them to make the right decisions for them. So from hosting of meetings, then we will be able to know what recommendations that we could make and what plans that we could bring forth for the development of our young people.
Excellent, and it's a noteworthy approach that you will develop plans out of consultation with the people that you serve, the youth. But coming into the chair of the presidency, I know that you have some ideas as well. What would be some of the key priority areas you think that the young people are looking for leadership and guidance towards?
Okay, so some of our key areas that I think needs great attention of the safeguarding of our youth, the revamping and rebranding of NYC to give young people that sense of that feeling that, hey, they have a voice, hey, there's people supporting them and want to see the best for them. We also believe that sustainability and inclusivity are some of the key and key areas that we will be focusing on.
Excellent. I know that you mentioned the image and brand of the NYC. Very important. The public was well sensitized on the scandal. We won't speak to it in any particulars now, but you have a big mandate to restore public confidence in the National Youth Council. How do you intend to do so?
How do we intend to restore confidence?
Yeah, public confidence.
Okay, so consult, we want to consult and inform youth on what is going on, and that is quite important. Get on the ground level, help them to see that we are there for them, forgo deeper connections with stakeholders, and because we realize that, hey, this is just not NYC, but we need to unite and collaborate with our stakeholders and create avenues to ensure district youth and sports councils are working in tandem with NYC.
Oh, yeah. Excellent. Let's now go, Madam President, to some of the ticklish issues or the current day issues which affect and impact youth. We know the high rate of crime on the island, and youth involvement in particular in crime continues to be a major concern. What are some of the ways the problem can be tackled from your perspective?
Okay, from it's not basically my perspective, but the perspective of my team. We plan to meet the youth, and if you realize, Mr. Lebourne, that I keep highlighting this, planning to meet the youth, and that is important, understanding their needs, and then to make the necessary recommendations. We have realized that the family is a bit dysfunctional compared to that of our traditional family setting or structure, where there was deeper focus on morals and values. So how can SLNYC help? We think implementing and collaborating again with key stakeholders to provide support to families. Many people who have begun families and are in need of training, that is parenting, training, etc. We would be looking at this. The schools also need to get involved. Many times we see when those situations arise, it is due to basic lack of conflict resolution skills. So these are some of the conflict resolution would like to see coming from the schools. Also counseling. I'm a teacher myself, and the pressure that is placed on counselors, is a bit too much. So we believe that there needs to be more counselor presence, not just at the secondary schools, but also at our primary and infant school levels, because I always believe in order to tackle or to prevent certain habits from escalating, it needs to be dealt at a very young age to avoid further disaster or young people falling between the cracks. Also, positive influences need to be highlighted more in the media and as well on social media. We need to show youth that good things are happening too, and I think we focus too much on showing the negative aspect of our young people.
Yeah, thanks for that, and that's a good point. Imagine, just as we're speaking here, we're getting news of another homicide on St. Lucia. We are on the phone lines with the police, and we will share the confirmed details shortly. A few issues that you raised on that I want to focus. The need for us to highlight the positives, because there are a lot of young people in business, in sports, and other sectors who don't get highlighted. Why do you think, and it's not an issue with the media, it's a society issue. Why do you think people gravitate towards the negative more so than highlighting the positives?
I honestly think that our culture in society in St. Lucia has changed. I remember when growing up that the saying would be, it takes a village to raise a child. And many times it's like we just run towards the negativity, and you will see a young person doing something good and they're not giving the compliments, they're not giving the respect that is needed for their talents and skills. But just one negative thing will just be on a blast. And then these are some of the questions that myself as a president of NYC and also my executive, we're asking ourselves, what is it that why is it that young people or persons on the whole tend to show negativity? So this is one of the key things that we can't really find answers to, Shannon, simply because we believe there are so many diverse issues affecting that. So it's basically when we get on the ground, we'll be able to give you and St. Lucia and the youth a better response to that.
Excellent. And another one which piqued my interest, the breakdown of the family structure. Another big thing, because the family played an instrumental role in raising and instilling good principles in children. That seems to have disappeared now with the long hours that parents are called on to work. How do we begin to mend that situation?
Again, Shannon, there are many persons who have begun their families, very young persons, and I am a parent as well, and I will tell you, being a young parent, sometimes it can be challenging, especially maybe when you are a working parent, also when you do not know how to make ends meet for your family. So because of the survival, being unable to survive and getting your basic needs, it forces the structure to basically go a different way. You have a lot of single parents who are unemployed. You have a lot of parents who are working and do not have the time to care for their young ones because those hours are very hectic. And at the end of the day, you need to survive. So the structure of the family, there are so many issues affecting it, but we believe if the necessary, when the right approach is used, then we could build our family structure. And again, like I said, parental training is key. It is key, and I am a teacher and I see it every day. Parents come to schools and they tell you, I'm frustrated with this child. However, we need to understand that the children as well, they are trying to find themselves and their identity. So there is so much that needs to be looked into when we look at the family structure.
Yeah, definitely there is so much that needs to be considered. For young people, some of who participate or who support criminal activity, what would be your message to them as the new incoming president?
And that's a very good question, Shannon. St. Lucia National Youth Council has a zero tolerance policy when it comes to sex crime against youth. Yannicka Jabba William has a zero tolerance policy for sex crimes. In fact, all crime against youth. We plan again to involve all key stakeholders, that is the Ministry, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, just to name a few, to ensure that youth have a safe space and that the youth know that they have a safe haven or environment where they can thrive. Also, not forgetting our safeguarding policy, which the St. Lucia National Youth Council has started. We believe with this policy, once greater focus is placed on it, our young people will reach far.
But the position of your executive is clear as it relates to sex crimes in particular, and all crimes against and involving young people.
Yes, it is quite clear. We know that crime is not the way to go. We understand the challenges that are being faced by our young people, but taking the easy way out, like I say to our young people, it does more harm than good. Whatever the crime is, it is a time for us to put the guns down, put the knives down, and even fist down, and work together for a sustainable and bright future of our young people in St. Lucia. Let us work together for the progress, work together for a better St. Lucia. I want to know that when I go to meet my creator, that St. Lucia is in good hands.
There's a school of thought that the actions of the young people are a reflection of the actions of the wider society. Do you buy into that?
Could you please repeat that?
I'm saying there's a school of thought that the actions of the young people, particularly as it relates to involvement in crime, is a greater reflection of the actions of the wider society. Do you buy into that?
I won't really agree to that. Again, like I said, there are several reasons why young persons may engage in those behaviors. So I would say to some extent, but not fully.
Yeah, just one more from me on youth in crime. And my guest before you, a victim of crime herself, now recovering, and she's doing very, very well. She's a victim of sex crime, and in the discussion with her, and we've heard it come up over and over again, victims of such crimes, they tend to make to feel like they are the ones who did wrong. How concerning is that for the NYC, and how do we begin to turn and change that culture here in St. Lucia, where victims can feel safe to go to a safe space and be comforted that they will be given the requisite support and attention there?
Okay, what I can say is that the system has been basically failing our victims in some way. You find that the system is a bit slow in terms of maybe bringing justice. You find that the institutions that need to protect those young persons and ensure that they go back into society, living a comfortable life after those situations, that they somewhat go through their own difficulties. And again, these are reasons why we need to meet with key stakeholders to ensure that correct measures are put in place to help persons go back into society feeling safe and comfortable.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Madam President. A contribution here from one of our viewers. Somebody is recommending that, saying good morning to you and your guests. Meeting the youth is important. Please tell Madam President to include a meeting with the SALCC student body as well. It sounds like that's already on the agenda.
That is one of our key things on the agenda, to meet with the schools. So pretty soon we'll be having school visits. We'll be getting more information from our school population in terms of what other issues affecting them.
Yeah. The writer is saying that he is in a position to facilitate that engagement with the South Louis Community Council student body. So I will share the contact there with you as well. The president of the National Youth Council, new president of the National Youth Council, she's my very special guest this hour. We're talking youth affairs. Yanika, I know that you're anticipating a meeting with the Ministry and Minister of Education as well.
Yes, and he is actually my past teacher, and I'm very much interested and excited to meet with him after such a long time in the classroom. There are again some key issues that we want to speak with the minister about, and as well as the Minister of Youth and Sports, which is basically responsible and charged with to look after our young people in St. Lucia.
Yeah. Well, what are some of the priority areas you think which should occupy the discourse at that table?
Again, in terms of education, that would be allowing students to have a voice, especially in the a voice in decision making, because many times our students believe that they do not have a voice. So having a voice on student boards, this is very important, and being part of decision making process.
Excellent. I'm happy that you went there. Being part of the decision making process takes us to my next question. Do you get a sense that the youth of St. Lucia need a greater voice and a bigger seat at the decision making and leadership tables?
I definitely believe that we need to have a greater voice. And again, I think you have said it yourself, we do need a greater voice. But I don't think a greater voice, I don't think there's a need for a really greater voice. We have that voice, we just need to speak up. The young people need to speak up. Let those in authority know that, hey, we have issues that need to be attended. We also have suggestions, and we want you to take in those suggestions. So we just need to speak up as young people, and that my executive will be doing on the behalf of the young people of St. Lucia.
We look forward to that and your leadership in that regard. But why do you think young people are not speaking up on issues which confront them and affect them?
I think the reason why is simply because they are not given the opportunity and they are not involved. So we definitely need to have the young people actively engaged in those things.
Let's talk about involvement for a bit. Is there a need for more youth to get involved in the movement? Of course, there is need, but how do young people get involved in the movement and become affiliated with the National Youth Council?
Okay, so they could join a club in their community. That's how I started. Join a club in your community, be it football, be it any youth-related club or organization in your community. Join a district youth and sports council where you get to make a valuable contribution to your community and to use your skills and talents for the betterment of your society. Sending us an email is also another way to get involved. Engage us on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, so you could reach us on there. Come to our events that we put on, and that is very important. When we create events, they're basically to get deeper insights and to get feedback from our young people and reach out to an executive member. If you realize we're from almost every community of St. Lucia, not just the north, not just the south, but we're all over. Yes. And that is the good thing of having the new executive.
Yeah, absolutely. This new executive, it represents the 4 geographic locations of St. Lucia. So definitely there is need for greater youth involvement, and we look forward to the initiatives that you will undertake to stimulate the interests of young people in being part and parcel with this movement from your new executive. Madam President, you get a sense sometimes that there is a disconnect between the district councils and the central body, the NYC, and even more so the community clubs and the district councils. Speak to the importance of cohesion and partnership and greater collaboration there.
Okay, so what many persons need to understand is NYC is basically the parent organization of the District Youth and Sports Councils, and the District Youth and Sports Council further now is responsible for the clubs and organizations within their communities. In order to, it's not that we're disconnected, it's just that as the time goes by and coming from COVID, you've realized that a lot has changed. And because of that, we need to ensure that, you know, that we cater to the interests and the needs of our young people. And again, like you said, so that we could avoid those disconnects.
Yeah, but working closer with the district councils and the NYC would be to the benefit of the youth in general, the greater benefit of youth.
Yes, it would be. It definitely would be, because the DYSCs are the ones doing all the groundwork with the young people in the community. And it is important that we connect with them in order to get to know and create programs for them.
Yeah, a few more questions from me. The role of music. What role do you see music playing in perhaps the education of young people, and what is your view? Some people are saying the music now is perhaps contributing to a lot of the activities that we see young people leaning towards, the negative activities. What say you?
That one I will say is, to some extent, when we look at the Jamaican artists, it's a bit raw. And they always say that what you listen to is maybe what will go into your brain and what will eventually be your actions. However, I believe that if our young people are guided into listening to more positive lyric songs, for one, I love my Denry segment. I don't see any issue.
And I was going there. I was going there because I know you're from Denry and you're familiar with the Denry segment. You love Denry segment, but you don't participate in a lot of the stuff that they say in the Denry segment.
No, to me, it is basically our young people being creative, our young people showing forth how they know and understand our culture. Because, for example, January segment, there's a lot of use of the Creole language, and many of our young persons, if you look carefully, many of them do not know how to speak the language. So I see it in a negative light that, hey, this is an opportunity for them to know certain words in Creole and not necessarily saying that it is derogatory and it is negative.
But I think your point is, even with exposure to the music, what's needed is proper guidance for the youth.
Definitely.
Yeah. Talk to the need for better role models. They seem to have disappeared.
Yes, having proper role models is important for our young people. Too many times, again, we highlight the negative. So whatever you show to us young people, we're looking and we will follow. However, we are very smart. I will say we are very smart, and we just want persons to empower us into being and doing the right thing.
Yeah. There's some, and I'm happy you went there, Madam President. I'm only going there because you go there. Some young people think that young people, the youth, are underestimated. We keep being told that you are the future when perhaps we are the now. You get a sense that young people, youth in particular, are underestimated here in St. Lucia?
I think I will leave this for our press conference. I will leave this for our press conference because you are definitely touching some issues that we want to bring a huge focus to during our press conference.
All right, Madam. I think the hint from your briefing with your public relations officer. No problem. What is your vision, Madam President, incoming for the council? What do you want to see NYC after your 2 year? Perhaps you get another 10 year, but when you're no longer within the chair of president, what is the broader vision that you see for council?
The vision that I see is one where young persons are given a voice, young people are included in the decision making in our country, and young people are given an opportunity to bring forth their talents for a better St. Lucia and to develop St. Lucia as a whole. Also one of inclusivity, where we believe that everyone has a valuable contribution to make. And I want to press the point that NYC is serious business. We are investing in ensuring the needs of our young people are attended to. The executive is a dedicated team of individuals who are ready to take on any challenge to ensure that youth in St. Lucia receive the better end of the stick.
I'm happy that you said the NYC's business is serious business, because quite often and historically the NYC would have been used as a dancing floor perhaps for political candidates and political wannabes, but your mandate is a lot greater than that. You have a very important one, so I'm very, very happy to hear from you, Madam President, that you saying that outright. The business of NYC is very serious business. Two more from me and then I'll let you go. I know you have a lot to do today as well. You will be hoping to collaborate with other national youth councils outside of our St. Lucia in the region and internationally as well, other youth organizations out there.
Yes, definitely. We have CRIC, which is a Caribbean Regional Youth Council, where you get to understand the other issues that young people in the Caribbean face. And it is not without a doubt that we face similar challenges. So yes, we will be reaching out to other councils, youth-related agencies outside of our country.
Excellent, Yanika. We look forward to that. Your final message to the youth and to the people of St. Lucia. You are now in your 5th day as president of National Youth Council. What is your message?
My message to the young people and to St. Lucia at large is that we need the support. We need the young persons to get involved. We're doing this for you. We're ready to work for you. We're ready to have that voice out for you, no matter what work or whatever situation that you are going through. We want young people to rally with us. We want them to pick up a phone and call us and let us help St. Lucia develop fruitful and successful young people.
Yeah, excellent. Somebody saying without a university on the island capable of doing R&D with scientists, the youth will never have good role models. Somebody else is saying music today is encouraging much of the violence. Even the soca music turns the youth to promiscuous individuals. Just some feedback from some of our viewers. Madam President, I think you represented yourself and your executive with distinction. We look forward to your tenure and your service over the 2-year period, and we wish yourself and the team the very best. When is your press conference?
Our press conference is on Monday. A press release will be coming out before that to inform the general public as to the exact details.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Yanika, and all the best to you and the new team.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Lebourne.
You're most welcome. Yanika Jabba Williams, new president of the National Youth Council. Thank you to Nisha and thank you to the entire team. Congratulations to you all. We will, of course, highlight the contents coming out of your press conference next week, Monday. This has been our interview this hour with the NYC's president. Stay with us just about 15 minutes before 9 o'clock. We conclude on top the hour of 9 on this Thursday. From the management and staff of Hot 7, we wish you and yours happy holidays.
After a long year of waiting, Flow brings you the magic of Christmas giving. Discounts on devices to bring you closer to your loved ones. Prizes to enjoy with your family and friends. And the best in entertainment bundles for everyone to gather around. This Christmas, one gift brings many more. Like more data and speeds to share everything with the family. So sign up, bundle up, switch up, top up, or pay up to win $4,000 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
Black Friday deals continue at Quartz Optical. Shop now November 20th through to 25th and enjoy BOGO. Buy one, get one free. You heard right. Buy one pair of glasses and get a second pair absolutely free. Payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. It's easy and convenient. Black Friday sale continues. BOGO free. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
Get your clothes sparkling clean with whiter whites and brighter colors. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. Ultra concentrated formula gives more washes with brightening factors added to keep your clothes looking new. And with the added organic fabric softener, your clothes will be soft and fluffy. Joby antibacterial washing powder is also effective in stain removal for cleaner, brighter, softer clothes with the sweet scent of early spring morning. Use Joby antibacterial washing powder. My family, my love, my Joby. Available at supermarkets island-wide. For orders, call 455-3076.
Welcome back to the platform on this Thursday. A few more minutes before we conclude, some housekeeping matters before we go this morning. We can confirm that there's been a stabbing incident in the south of the island, in the town of Soufrière in particular. We must, however, make a slight correction. The victim in that incident has not passed away, is actually receiving medical care and has survived. So there has not been another homicide. We stand corrected, however. Incident involving a domestic dispute in the town of Soufrière, resulting in one female being rushed to hospital for medical assistance. Hi to our friends in Sulphur City, Soufrière, our friends in Quaylas, and good morning to the citizens as well, the residents in Crestlands, Soufrière. There's a large following of St. Lucia nationals in the diaspora in the United States, in particular the New York City, tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut area. I know many of you will be coming home for Christmas. Some are already here. Have you heard that St. Lucia, we have taken a decision, and we will be including and introducing a new system for passengers embarking and passengers disembarking on the island. We're talking about the two ports. So whereas you would have to fill out these immigration forms, that white slip of paper you normally fill out with your flight number, your name, your passport number, final destination, that sort of thing, no longer will that be the case effective the 30th of November this year. It's going to be an electronic process now, in keeping with what obtains internationally. So St. Lucia is starting off with the George F.L. Charles Airport on November 30th, and it will be rolled out to the Hironora International Airport on December the 6th, and then to other ports of entries here on St. Lucia. But how exactly will this system work? You can now find out.
The introduction of the online ED form is delivered by the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States OECS Commission and funded through the 11th European Development Fund. It is also in line with initiatives by the government of St. Lucia towards a digital conversion of public sector services for the continued improvement of the island's operational competencies and simplicity of conducting business. Without a time limit on early submissions, the process enables travelers the comfort of completing and confidentially submitting their information at any time prior to arrival in St. Lucia. The new process gives travelers the opportunity to submit their ED forms up to the point of departure, aboard the aircraft, and by extension at the airport in St. Lucia, using data or Wi-Fi available, and or with the assistance of customer service representatives of the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority. Assistant Superintendent in charge of the Department of Immigration, Sean Alexander, notes that the simple four-step process requires travelers to 1. Visit stlucia.org/entry, 2. Complete and submit the ED form, 3. Receive a QR code by email, and 4. Present the QR code and travel document passport to officials on arrival. He adds that the new system will create a more seamless travel experience.
This would now be online. It's you fill it out online, where just like the COVID experience where you used to fill out the health card online before you arrive in St. Lucia. It's the same process. You fill out this card online, and when you get to immigration, you submit that with your travel document, which is your passport, to the officers. This process will assist in getting persons in and out of the arrival area quickly and smoothly.
ASP Alexander also addressed confidentiality and security concerns regarding access to travelers' information. He stressed that measures are in place to enhance security and that all information submitted is stored in a safe database.
I want to assure persons that the system is completely safe. Your information would not be out there is remember that it's digital, and I know persons have concern with digital safety, but remember when you had the paper, it's much more easy. Somebody can take the paper and walk away with it, where your information can get out there. So it's secure in a secure database.
The introduction and technical support of the electronic embarkation and disembarkation process has been spearheaded through the joint efforts of the Departments of Immigration, Border Control and Customs of the Ministry of Home Affairs, Justice and National Security, the Ministry of Health, the Organization of the Eastern Caribbean States, the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority, the Prime Minister's Development Unit, and the St. Lucia Tourism Authority. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Kareem Nelson.
Thanks so much, Kareem. So, new electronic disembarkation and embarkation system coming to St. Lucia from the 30th of November. This new system puts travel into the island in line with international travel standards. No longer will passengers have to utilize the small pieces of white paper. You can now do so online using the electronic platform. I thought it was very important for us to pause a bit and highlight it, especially now you have a large volume of visitors expected into St. Lucia over the Christmas and New Year's period. So for people in the diaspora, before you go, check up on the new procedures, the online disembarkation and embarkation procedure before you come to St. Lucia. It's making it a lot more easier for you to travel. Thought it important for us to update you here. Immigration Department, Mr. Alexander and the entire team, we anticipate on behalf of the traveling public as well that there will be an extensive public education and sensitization drive on this new system. Don't just implement it. The news report is just one component of proper PR, but I think you have to do some proper PSAs so people know exactly how they utilize the online platforms, how do you log on, and Hot 7 TV, you know and appreciate, gets you the widest audience into the diaspora, in particular using the mobile application. So once you're ready to go, and we anticipate that you will have a proper campaign of education prior to the rollout of the system, be sure to engage us here on the Mon Hot 7 Communications to get your message out to the widest audience. Good morning. If you're already making travel arrangements to be here for the Christmas, we look forward to welcoming you. Some very important information that we must now share. Renowned retina specialist Dr. Ronnie Bowler will be visiting St. Lucia soon to perform advanced eye and retina surgery along with Dr. Shah. Dr. Bowler, who is trained in the UK and based in Trinidad, has advanced specialization in retina surgeries. He has been providing his services throughout the Caribbean over the last decade. Dr. Bowler will also be doing consultations on retina and other challenging eye conditions related to diabetes, glaucoma, and cataracts right here in St. Lucia. So please take advantage of this opportunity and call 2020 Optical at 450-2020 or Bay Optical at 451-2000. That's 2020 Optical 450-2020 or Bay Optical 451-2000, and book your appointment today. Very important announcement that we thought we bring to you at this time. Just about 5 minutes before we say goodbye on this morning's program. Tomorrow is Free Up Friday. We will have some very special guests. I'll connect with Ian Sanchez, who's over in the United States, as we continue to celebrate. This week was Feast of Musicians. Ian has a very important perspective looking ahead to St. Lucia's music industry, where we're going. We'll touch base with him from New York City. Tomorrow we'll also have Ms. Diane Felicia from the Do Nation Foundation. There's a very big and important activity that they're putting together for men this weekend. So Diane from Do Nation will come on and talk to us about her mandate as well. She's just returned home from international engagement as well. I'll be sure to catch up with her on how that mission went. All that and more tomorrow right here on Good Morning Saint Lucia. We'll drop the time, we'll tone things down a bit as we end the week. Be sure to join us for that. And next week going in, continuing our program. And next week, Monday, we hope to host a discussion on, and I think it's a very important discussion now, media reporting on issues of crime. Isa, what do you think? And to my co-producer, I think it's an important discussion now, especially with all what's happening. How does the media report on crime? On what should be the role of the media in reporting on crime, especially now with so many incidents of crime? So I'm thinking Jerry George. I'm thinking perhaps the likes of Akami Joseph or Clinton Reynolds. We can bring on Sherry Ann Williams as well, who has vast knowledge in media, because you have so many of these incidents happening, incidents of crime. And for me, one, it's beginning to take a toll reporting on these incidents, so much so that I think we perhaps, it's my personal opinion, and that's why I think it's an important discussion to have. I don't think every incident there is need for an extensive and extended report. Again, it's my humble opinion that perhaps the criminals are in tune to the news, and they love to see themselves in the headlines and in the first break of the news and on television as well. They love to hear the reports of their crimes. So perhaps in reporting these crimes over and over, we're given a platform to criminals to showcase. That's why I want to go there, and perhaps we can bring in a Rick Wayne as well, Jerry George for sure, Sherry Ann Williams for sure, perhaps a Kami Joseph or Clinton Reynolds and somebody else. Let's talk about the role of the media. When do you make a report public post a homicide being registered? Because and it's good that we're trained. When the nurse was murdered this week, one of our first checks was to ensure that her family was notified before we went public with the image. So some people are now, and you get it quite often, you know, everybody becomes a reporter in the aftermath of these incidents, but there's some who think that the media is perhaps insensitive to post the image of a victim, to post the name and title of a victim as well. So when is it okay for media to do that? That's an important discussion that perhaps we can have in the new week, especially now with all what's happening. What's information should be put out there, and when. We look forward to that discourse. Next week, we want to invite you to join us from 6 a.m. tomorrow. I want to thank Don, who handled master controls on his own this morning, with the assistance of our technical manager towards the end of the program. But good job, Dan, stepping up to the plate, and we look forward to you rejoining us tomorrow Friday. We're going to have some fun tomorrow Friday, I can assure you. On behalf of our entire team, you want you to stay safe and have yourselves a productive Thursday. Bye-bye for now.